Hi, good evening, everyone. So thank you so much for joining us for today's session. So today our sharing will be Introduction to Decentralized Finance, also known as the future of finance and the future of France, according to Crypto Twitter. So thank you so much for joining us today. And I see a lot of familiar faces, familiar names here. And a lot of you are from our NTUC courses. So most of you are here because you attended our NTUC session and you are keen to learn more about blockchain. So that's why we actually initiated this monthly sharing for those of you who are keen to learn more and dive deeper into this industry. So before I officially begin, you would see on my screen, right? We have 3 cartoon characters that we put in the banner. So those of you who already know what is crypto, can you help to share with the rest in the chat box? What do these characters stand for? We have a ghost, we have a sushi, and a unicorn. So looks very random to the public, but for those in crypto, you would know what they stand for. So Mark, you say definitely, right? So definitely, sorry, pun is quite bad. So yes, Mark is correct. So basically this cartoonish character, we are using it to represent some of the very popular DeFi protocol that all the crypto people will know of, which is Aave. Aave stands for Ghost in Finnish. And Aave is a lending protocol on Ethereum blockchain that allows anyone to lend money without an intermediary. And Aaron, you mentioned Sushiswap. So you are correct. So we have Dennis here. He is also a very big sushi fan. So Sushiswap is a decentralized exchange that enables you to swap tokens directly on a blockchain without a middleman. So you don't need to go through intermediary like your bank, like your exchange, like your brokerage. You can directly swap tokens on Sushiswap on a blockchain. So the last one, right, the unicorn. Unicorn, we have 2 DeFi protocols that can represent a unicorn. One is the more fierce looking one, 1inch exchange. So 1inch exchange, right, is another decentralized exchange. Similar feature as Sushiswap and Uniswap. Basically, they are all exchanges where you can swap tokens directly on a blockchain without a middleman. So the other cute looking unicorn, it is Uniswap. So Uniswap is one of the older DeFi protocol that the DeFi people will know of as well. So all these are very good protocol. I mean, they are the blue chips of DeFi, as what people will say, Aave, Uniswap. So if you're interested, feel free to go and learn and read more about them. All right, so before I officially begin as well, just to do a quick introduction. So my name is Yun Han, you can call me YH. And here we also have Dennis. So Dennis will be helping to share more later on money-making opportunities, some opportunities that you can take note of. All right, so Dennis, would you like to give a quick introduction about yourself, please?
Hi guys, I think some of you already recognize me from our NTUC Learning Hub courses about blockchain, whether it's blockchain for capital markets, blockchain for cross-border payments, things like that. Yeah. So why do I?
Sorry, Dennis, you are muted. Oops, sorry, asked to unmute. All right. You are muted, Dennis.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. So I'm just muting a couple of other people as well. Okay, some of you might recognize me already from our previous courses with NTUC Learning Hub, whether it's blockchain for capital markets, blockchain for cross-border payments, things like that. Yeah. Why do I like DeFi so much? It's precisely DeFi that is what we make money for our clients with. I work in a cryptocurrency asset management firm, and it is DeFi that we rely on to give them triple-digit % returns in a year. Okay, so let's get into it.
All right, thank you, Dennis, for the sharing. So both Dennis and I, we teach for NTUC Learning Hub, and we have other trainers as well who are not in this session, like Kevin, Ian. So you may also have them as the trainer for our current ongoing courses. All right. So just a quick disclaimer before we move on. So none of this material should be construed as trading, investment, or financial advice. So please do treat this as a sharing. So we are just sharing what we know and what you can potentially learn, but please do not take any of it as an advice. And please do not go and anyhow buy any of the tokens that we mentioned today, because none of this is like blatant endorsement, blatant recommendation. And last but not least, please always do your own research. All right, so you are in charge of your own funds. Please do not ask anyone for advice as much as possible. All right, so about us. So we are the Block School and we provide blockchain education and consultancy services. And our aim is to introduce everyone to the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency. Right now, we are running 3 courses with NTUC Learning Hub, which includes, like what Dennis mentioned, blockchain for capital markets, blockchain for cross-border payments, and blockchain for corporate compliance. So the purpose of all this sharing, all this additional session is to let you be introduced to the world of blockchain more and let you understand deeper on what is blockchain technology, what are some opportunities that you can take note of. And we also kind of run consultancy services because we understand that some of you may need more hand-holding, you may need more one-to-one help. So if you do need this kind of help, please feel free to reach out to us. Recently, we actually conducted a one-to-one session just to teach someone how to create their Ledger wallet and how to link this Ledger wallet to Metamask. And other than these 3 courses, we also have private courses such as Introduction to DeFi and Introduction to Crypto. So if you want to learn more, you want more hands-on session, feel free to go to our website and register your interest and we will get back to you from there. All right, so today, our community consensus voted for this topic, which is Intro to DeFi. And I think because recently, there has been so many news on DeFi. All right, maybe not just in the crypto space, but also in the traditional stock market, that a lot of people start to look deeper into what is decentralized finance as well. All right, so every month, right, we will do this voting for you to vote the topic you would like us to share for the next month. So for the next month and subsequent month, feel free to participate in this voting. Join our Telegram group for the latest updates and sharing. Today's agenda, we will do a quick intro to DeFi. We will share some DeFi alpha and then do a live lottery where we will give Ethereum and Sushi to 2 lucky winners. So after that, we will have a quick Q&A session. And after the Q&A, if you would like to leave the session, you can do so because we will be having a bonus section, especially for some of our learners who express that they want to know how they can create MetaMask wallet, how they can link their ledger, and how they can do a swap on Uniswap. So we will do this hands-on tutorial after the session. And those interested, feel free to stay back. All right, so essentially, what is DeFi? So DeFi, as its name suggests, it refers to the ability for you to transact peer-to-peer directly on a blockchain, which means that you do not need to go through any middleman like cryptocurrency exchange. And when you store your own crypto in your crypto wallet, it also means that you hold your own crypto. You are not storing it in a custodian like any centralized exchange. Another important thing is that smart contract protocols. Smart contract protocols, right, are like automated protocols built on a blockchain that execute a term of a contract if certain conditions are met. So with this, DeFi not just automate trade processes, it also potentially can help to create new financial products and new protocol as well. So for example, you can imagine an exchange. In a typical exchange, you have a central authority. The company will control your funds. The company will execute your trade. You have a lot of intermediary, like your broker, your clearing house that will help to execute your trade. But in decentralized finance, a decentralized exchange, there is no central body. Everything works according to the code. Everything works depending on how the code asks it to work. Of course, you still may have a company behind it, but they don't own the protocol. So once they code it, it is running because it is an automated protocol. So in recent news, very interesting. I think some of you here, you play traditional finance. So you also know of this news of how a group of people in this very, very popular community called Wall Street Bets. So what they did was they were just discussing, and then GameStop stocks is one of the most short sell stocks in the market. So short sell means that a lot of institutions, they short sell the stock in order to buy it at a cheaper price later. So they are all banking on GameStop to go lower. So what they did was they borrow the stock, they sell it to the market, and they are hoping that the price goes lower. So when they buy back, they get to earn a profit. So this group of people in Wall Street Bets, right, they try to like disrupt the system because they don't want institution to win. And with that, they try to create a short squeeze. How they create a short squeeze is to buy up the stock, hold it in a hope that the price go up. So the institutions like Melvin Capital has to buy back the stock, which will lead to a short squeeze. So they have to buy back the stock because they have to cover their position. So all this lead to very interesting drama that I think a lot of you are familiar with, especially if you monitor the news, if you monitor Twitter and Reddit. With this, recently, Robinhood, which is an exchange in US, Tastyworks, which is an exchange that you can trade options, also in the US, I think, not very sure. So what they did was, right, because of this market volatility, they actually restricted trading for these stocks like GameStop and also other stocks that are affected. And some of them, they give an excuse. They say that, oh, because the clearinghouse informed us that they don't have enough of this stock for people to buy and blah, blah, blah. So they came up with a lot of excuse. But essentially, it just means that if you are their customer, you are unable to trade this stock for a while. You are unable to buy, you are unable to sell. So this is a bit of a very, very big market manipulation. All right, so because the central body and the intermediary, they control your funds. So they can do all this random action that is not very good. So with this, we go to the point of how DeFi can help. So the difference between centralized exchange and decentralized exchange is that blockchain network, it is 24/7. Anytime you want to make a swap, you can do so. You don't need to ensure that the exchange is up and running. The exchange is not under maintenance. And very importantly, we do not need to trust any middlemen. All right. And because all these are based on protocols, so code is law. So we trust smart contract protocols instead of humans, instead of unreliable middlemen like our brokers, like our clearinghouse, like Robinhood, and like Tastyworks. So for example, this tweet, right, by Sergi. Sergi is the founder of Link, which is a cryptocurrency token. All right, so he mentioned that one scenario for the adoption of smart contract is that we don't need to trust brand-based contract anymore, which means we don't need to trust what companies say anymore. So these contracts may fail in extreme market conditions. So it is better to replace brand contracts with cryptography-based contracts. So instead of trusting human, trusting companies, why not we trust a cryptographically secured protocol? All right, so this is an example of how tamper-proof smart contract can reinvent financial system, can reinvent the way things work. There is also a very popular saying on how DeFi, right, is like a Lego. It means that projects, you don't work alone. You can build on different projects. You can work with other projects. So this also means that this crypto community, right, is very united. We are all working together. We can work with each other instead of being, typically companies, you are a bit competitive. You want to do better than your competitor. So why not, right? Instead of competing with each other, you build upon each other, you provide better services. So this is one advantage of DeFi as well, whereby you can build a very, very good community. You can work together with other projects. So some example, we have stable tokens. Stable tokens are tokens one back to fiat currency. All right, we have stable token, we have blockchain as a service. We have blockchain used for infrastructure. We also have asset management tools and of course, the decentralized exchange. So some of you may be very familiar with some of the companies here. For example, Sushiswap, what we shared just now is a decentralized exchange. Hedgeit is also a decentralized exchange, but it is for options trading. All right, and we also have Swap. So Kyber is also a decentralized exchange, and they are actually from Singapore. So the co-founder is Loy, and he is a graduate from NUS, and he's from Singapore, I think. We also have Yen Finance. Some of you may also know of them because they are one of the DeFi blue chip, as some of you may term it. All right, so the fact is that one good thing about DeFi is that projects build on top of each other. So for example, you can see from this tweet, there is this DeFi stack. The base money where all these projects run on is Ethereum, because most DeFi projects, they run on the Ethereum protocol. And why they run on Ethereum protocol is because Ethereum enables the creation of decentralized application. So any of the projects, you can develop quickly your own project, you issue the token on Ethereum, and then you can start building already. So we have a lot of feature for finance industry. We have decentralized protocol for borrowing of crypto, lending of crypto. We have decentralized protocol for earning yield. We have decentralized protocol for insurance. So you can actually buy tokens to cover your assets in case of like a short spike or a very quick spike. And then if you are insured, you can claim remuneration. So the fact is that there is so many use cases: insurance, risk management, derivative, exchange, lending, stable token. So the opportunities are really endless in this DeFi space. So to summarize again, some of the opportunities available. If you are a developer or you know how to build protocols, you can actually build your own protocol based on DeFi, depending on the problem you want to solve. Is it you want to have a marketplace that anyone can borrow and lend each other without a middleman? Then you can do something like this. Otherwise, what you can also do is you can build on top of existing protocol. You can build something to improve current protocol, or you can work with current protocol to develop something innovative. And I think most of us here, we are not really builder, because as builders, right, you need to know coding, right? So most of us here are participants. But good news, but participant, you can also do a lot of things. So for example, you can join DeFi project communities. You can be part of their decentralized autonomous organization. So how you can become a part of their DAO, right, is you can hold their tokens. Because if you're a governance token holder, when they want to make decision, you can be a voter. You can vote for the outcome that you want the protocol to decide and go with in the future. So other than that, you can also participate in very, very exciting new innovations. So for example, for me personally, I play quite a lot of DeFi products. And some I really like is Pool Together, which is a no-loss lottery, meaning that you put in your money, right? You put in your crypto. Every week they will pick winner. So it's like Toto 4D, but you don't lose your money because whatever you put in, it is like your saving, you can take out. And we also have Play to Earn. So some of you may be like blockchain gamers. You may play games like Axie Infinity, CryptoKitties. So there is so many ways to play with DeFi. It's not just boring finance. If you like to play a game, you can. If you're an art collector, also something good for you, there is something called non-fungible token. So non-fungible tokens, right, it includes things like digital art, gaming tokens, and vice versa. So the fact is that in DeFi, there is a lot of fun things for you to do. All right, not just to earn from the token price appreciation, but you can also participate as a community member in all the protocols. All right, so some opportunities to earn. I will briefly go through. Later, Dennis, he will go through more of how you can really earn from DeFi. But I want to give a disclaimer again. This is just sharing. Please do not rush and buy the token because we say so, okay? So some ways you can earn, of course, is to be a project token holder. The second way is a bit more complex. So some of you, if this is your first time hearing about DeFi, you can ignore this part because this is a bit more advanced. So just to quickly share what this means. If you participate in a decentralized exchange, there isn't any central body or intermediary, right? So for exchanges, they need supply. They need supply of token in order to trade. That is why they have liquidity pool. So liquidity pool essentially is like a supply place, a supply marketplace where anyone in the community, you can deposit your crypto to help to give supply to the exchange so that when lenders come to the exchange, they can do the trade. All right, so when you are a supplier to the exchange, of course you get to earn because you are helping the exchange with liquidity. So with this, they will give you token as a reward for supplying in their exchange. So this is an example of how, as a liquidity provider, you get to be a farmer as well and you earn yield. All right. So some of the challenges in DeFi includes the current Ethereum network. So right now, right, although Ethereum is slowly moving to Ethereum 2.0, it is a phased out process. So right now, the network is still super congested. And there is this need for level 2 solution. Level 2 solution means that instead of using Ethereum blockchain, right, we use other ERC20 related blockchain that is on Ethereum to transfer tokens as well. I mean, to do the transaction. So level 2 blockchain, it could include blockchains like Matic, which is a very, I think, quite popular blockchain, especially for gaming, because they enable very low fees and very fast transfers. So for example, you see this tweet, this guy here, he spent 14 Ethereum just on transaction fee. So this amounts to over 19,000. So the fact is that although DeFi is very exciting, it's very fun, if you're like a small investor, if you transact very, very little amount, it may not be worth it because the transaction fee is super expensive. All right. And also as a liquidity provider, there is this very common challenge, which is there is this problem of impermanent loss. So for the purpose of today's sharing, because most of you are beginner, I wouldn't go very deep to it, but just think of a weighing scale. For the trading supply, right? When we supply 2 tokens, because when you trade, it's always 2 tokens. So the liquidity pool mostly are 2 tokens. When you supply 2 tokens, if one of the token price keep going up and a lot of people trade for that token, it will mean that as a liquidity provider, you will end up with more of the less traded token because the other token is more high in demand. So with this, right, there is this price discrepancy and also price difference, because if only one asset keeps going up, the other one stay still or go the other way, you may face some impermanent loss. So if you're interested, feel free to go read up on this. I think I didn't really explain it thoroughly because it will take quite a while. All right. And last but not least, it is very hard to onboard new users outside of crypto. Like a lot of you here are very interested to dive deep into DeFi, but you don't know where to start. So this is where our sharing session will hopefully help you as well. So there's so many things to note, so many things to learn, and every day there is new news, new happening. So it's a very, very exciting industry. So I really highly encourage you to continue to learn, contribute in our Telegram group, share with each other as well. All right, so now we will talk more about making money with DeFi. Disclaimer, please do not treat this as investment advice. And I will pass the time over to Dennis, who is the most professional and the best money maker in DeFi.
Thanks for the introduction. Most professional money maker in DeFi, that's a good one. Let me just put my slides on.
For sushi. So he's a big sushi fan.
Big sushi fan, that's right. Okay, can you see my slides? Making money with DeFi. That is essentially what drew me to DeFi, right? I mean, you can go on about the principles, you can go on about the philosophy and about the technology, but what really lured me into this space is how to make money, right? Because you know, you got bills to pay, you got things you want to buy, you got a life you want to lead, you got to make some money, right? And it turns out DeFi was a great way to achieve that. I work at a cryptocurrency asset management firm, and we have been returning double-digit, triple-digit % returns to our clients' portfolios. So which means you're looking at portfolios that have grown, let's say, 200%, 300% in the last couple of months, right? I'm going to mute your mic, okay? Whatever that was. And one of the things that led us to making all this money was yield farming. Yield farming is the concept of looking for yield, of harvesting yield. You're looking for returns produced by the coins that DeFi platforms give to you. Okay, so let's talk about making money, right? It's a subject that's close to everyone's heart. Let's talk about making money. What are the bank interest rates that you are facing nowadays? What are you guys making in a bank? 0.05%, eh, Brendan? Not a lot, right? Not a lot. Okay, so let's compare centralized finance with decentralized finance side by side right now. A lot of this ecosystem is transitioning from centralized finance to decentralized finance. Okay, it is a shift that is undergoing very subtly, but there have been lots of outspoken supporters recently, such as Mark Cuban. Right, Mark Cuban was talking about sushi very recently. We have Elon Musk, who is interested in crypto as well. You might have noticed that a couple of days ago, he changed his Twitter profile to say Bitcoin, hashtag Bitcoin. That was his Twitter bio, right? He changed it to hashtag Bitcoin, and the price of Bitcoin actually spiked after that. Okay, so let's give you a comparison side by side. Now, let's talk about the concept of money. In centralized finance, you have central banks, right? They are the ones that like the ECB, the European Central Bank, or they are like the US Federal Reserve. They produce dollars or euros for the economy. All right. Now, in smart contract form, in decentralized finance, you have things such as DAI, things such as Euro by Stasis. Okay, these are stable coins. They reflect the value of dollars or euros, which previously was the job of a central bank. Then we have banking, right? You recognize these logos, Citibank, DBS, where you can take loans, where you can put your money in for savings, where you can earn an interest just for leaving your money in there, right? But as Brendan has pointed out just now, your banking interest rates are now, way, way beneath 1%. Here we have Aave, which is the one with the little ghost icon, and Cream. They are giving you interest rates on your US dollars at 15-20% per year. All right, that alone should make you sit up because you are putting in dollars to make 15 or 20% of interest that you can take out at any time with no fixed deposit kind of terms or conditions. You want to put it in today, you want to take it out half an hour later, go ahead and do that. Okay. Now, in centralized finance ecosystems, we have exchanges such as the New York Stock Exchange, such as NASDAQ, which is where you can find all your popular tech stocks, right? Amazon, Google, Facebook, so on and so forth. Now, those exchanges, those stock markets are precisely the reason Robinhood as an intermediary could behave the way it did when it came to GameStop, right? They could censor your financial decision. They don't want you to sell anymore, they block your sell button. They don't want you to buy anymore, they block your buy button. They disable these things because they can take control over it because the control lies with them on a central party. As opposed to decentralized markets such as Uniswap or Sushiswap, these are exchanges where you're not trading with a custodian. You're not trading with an intermediary. You are trading against a pool which was contributed by other users like yourself. Okay? So this is where nobody can actually shut down the exchange. Nobody can take down the exchange or limit you from doing things that you want to do just by the fact that they want to censor it because they're a central body. Okay? So you can see that there's a lot of financial terms up here. We also have derivatives such as the Chicago Board of Options Exchange, right? We have BNP Paribas, which is the investment bank, which is one of the top in the world for derivatives. But with decentralized finance, we are seeing that market share being captured by protocols such as Synthetics, such as Hedgic, which is an options trading platform. Now, these platforms, they allow you to underwrite your own options. They allow you to trade options without going through an intermediary. And this is where the progress of decentralized finance is taking a lot of the market share away from centralized counterparts. All right. It is expected that the value or the amount of money floating around in decentralized finance will go many, many multiples up from here. Right now, I would say we're probably looking at $30 billion or so in DeFi, right? Locked away in DeFi with $30 billion or so. This could easily hit trillion in a couple of years. Okay, so if that was to happen, think about what that does for price for each of these platforms. Okay, so let's talk about money, right? What kind of returns are we talking about? I mentioned this earlier. We were talking about cream. So cream finance. Some of you who are more familiar with some of the DeFi protocols. Cream stands for crypto rules everything around me. A play on an old hip hop song, cash rules everything around me. Cream is giving you 24.93% for leaving your US dollar stable coins in there. 16 to 25%, right? So you have USDC, USDT, which are both competing stable coins. You are getting an interest that is far better than what a dividend stock would pay you, right? Its interest is way higher than what a REIT would pay you. And you are taking no underlying volatility on your assets, right? You buy a dividend stock, there's still a chance that the stock price will go down. Sure, they'll pay you 5%, right? But the price can still go down. But when you put your money in cream for 16%, for 24%, you are sitting in US dollar stable coins. There's no volatility on this cryptocurrencies, and you are making an interest that would actually, put a lot of ETFs, put a lot of hedge funds to shame. If you go to Wall Street, right? If you go to Wall Street and you said you're a fund manager that could do 20% per year consistently for 5 years, you are a rock star on Wall Street. Here we have a whole bunch of millennials and Gen Z like myself, right? We're all just making this kind of money, just leaving our money in there, just leaving our US dollars in there. Okay, so you should take a look at that. Not saying that's investment advice, but that is an avenue for you if you do have that desire to make a little bit more. 16% not enough for you, 25% not enough for you. Let's look at this one. This one's by mStable. mStable is another lesser known stablecoin platform. It is giving you 34% a year on no volatility, right? You're putting in your US dollar components and you're making 34% a year in yield. All right? Maybe 34% is still not good enough for you. Maybe it's not, right? I mean, maybe you like a lot of returns. Maybe 34% per year is still not enough for you. This is sushi. Okay, this is sushi. It is my favorite, and it's the reason that our clients are making a lot of money. Take a look at those red boxes I've drawn out. 86% a year, 94% a year, 77% a year. This is what you do from depositing your tokens on the smart contract in order to gain a yield. All right. Those of you, like I mentioned the last time we were all here, those of you who know me personally, you know that I talk about sushi a lot, right? And it's because of this. Not only are the yields really high, the token price has also gone really, really far because of the way that it is returning money to investors. Okay. So I'm not just shilling all these things. I'm actually just creating awareness for you to look at your bank account again and say, what am I doing with making this thing, 1% interest rate? What am I doing with that? It's just such a waste of time. It's not even going to beat inflation. You are losing money over time if you put your money in the bank. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So maybe, you're really a hard crowd to please, right? Maybe 86%, 94% is still not enough for you. This is another platform that I've been using for our clients. Some of you know about tech stocks, right? Some of you know about tech stocks such as Tesla, such as Netflix. This is a platform called Mirror Protocol that allows you to create a synthetic version, a cryptocurrency token that represents the price of Tesla or represents the price of Netflix, what we call a mirror. Sorry, I'm just going to mute one of you. You're coughing into your mic. Okay, so look at the APY here. We've drawn out the APY, 476%. 466% on Netflix or on Tesla. You are earning this kind of yields that would take a regular person half his lifetime to accumulate, right? I mean, just ask someone from a boomer generation. How long did it take for them to quadruple their net worth, right? I mean, maybe they had it easier because they had property, right? But for us, property is quite out of reach, right? And that's where cryptocurrencies giving you 400-500% yield a year will really make a difference. Okay? Certainly made a difference for our clients. So where's all this money coming from, right? You mean all this money just pops out of nowhere? In a way, you can say that. Now, these platforms, whether it's Mirror Protocol, whether it's Sushiswap, they are bootstrapping liquidity from the users. Now, what does this word even mean? What does this word even mean? Bootstrapping, in startup terms, means using your own resources. Okay, as opposed to going to a VC and say, hey, put $10 million down in my platform. Bootstrapping means we will go get it from our own users, we'll go get it with our own resources, and this liquidity are the assets that they require in order for the service to run, right? Think of liquidity like a float. You go to Raffles Place Arcade Money Changer, right? You want to make a trip to Australia or Malaysia or whatever. Not so likely nowadays, but let's say in the past, you want to go for a holiday, you go to the money changer and you would swap your Sing dollars for Thai baht, swap your Sing dollars for euros or pounds or whatever, right? Now that float, imagine that all that cryptocurrency flow comes from other users. Okay, so instead of having a money changer who produces his own float, this float is created by all the other users who deposit their liquidity there in order to help this service as a money changer. It helps it to operate. All right. Now, in order to reward you for your liquidity, in order to reward you for putting down your tokens in a smart contract, these platforms like Sushi, like Curve, like Mirror Protocol, like Badger, they are giving out their own tokens to you as an incentive. And that is where all the yield is coming from. That's where all the juicy 80%, 400% yield is coming from. That Sushi tokens are what you will get as a reward, which you can do whatever you want with it, right? You want to sell it on the spot to go buy something, go ahead and do that. You want to keep it there and continue earning what is quite like a dividend, you can also do that as well. All right. Now, a lot of DeFi at this stage in its life cycle, a lot of DeFi right now is still in beta phase. It is still in a playtesting phase. And because of that, these platforms, they are rewarding users because they know that users are volunteering to be guinea pigs. They're volunteering to be guinea pigs with their own money. They are risking their own capital in order to make sure that this ecosystem can work. So the platforms are giving out these tokens as your reward for participating in the beta test. Thankfully, these beta tests have been quite safe. You do have your platform, you do have your pitfalls, you do have your scams and rug pulls once in a while. But for the most part, if you are putting your money in a reputable platform, you will find that there's a lot of benefit to it. Okay. So how can you get started, right? Say, sign me up, right? I want to make 400% right now. How can you get started? First thing you can do is get a web wallet like Metamask. This is something that we will cover after this in the bonus session. For those of you who are sufficiently enticed to begin, you can join us for the session at the end of this thing. All right. Once you have your Metamask, you will then deploy your assets into smart contracts. These smart contracts are something that we covered the last time round. We did a class on Ethereum. And last but not least, don't get scammed, right? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Even though I know in the traditional world, 400% a year probably sounds too good to be true. But if you've done enough studying, you realize that is still quite achievable. In DeFi, in crypto, it is when things get to 10,000% a year that you start to say that's too good to be true. All right, 400% still within reason. All right, so just be aware of the risks. Be aware of what the common traps are, and you should be fine. Okay, like this I believe is one of the easiest and most obvious money-making opportunities our generation will ever receive. All right, I'm not telling you to go out and buy the things that are all listed here today, but I'm just telling you, if you were to open your eyes, you will realize within a couple of weeks, this is literally the easiest way to make money that our generation has ever been given. Okay. All right, then let's get over to our Should we do our lottery or our Q&A first? This is something that we always think about.
Maybe we can ask the group chat, reach a consensus. So do you guys want to do Q&A or lottery first? If you want Q&A, type QA. If you want lottery, you type lottery.
Hello, hi. Sorry, I missed a bit. Could you recap a bit of this presentation?
We can't do that because we've already progressed with the whole class. We can't have everyone sitting in here while we recap that. So let's get down. You can participate in the Q&A after this. You can go ahead and ask some questions regarding some of the content. But right now we'll go to, let's see, what is it? Lottery. Seems like everyone wants lottery. Everyone wants a lottery so that they don't have to stick around for Q&A. Is that right? Okay, so let's do our lottery. Yun Han, why don't you fire that up while I turn on, I switch on my wallet.
So what do you need me to help with?
Why don't you do the lottery and I'll send the money when...
All right, I can do it as well. So
Okay.
let me share my screen. So how it will work is that we will use an online random name picker, and then we will pick random winner for two lucky winner for this. So what some of the clauses that you need to make sure of is that the winner, you need to be present during the live session. Otherwise, we will draw another winner. And with this, we are not just giving away free token for the sake of it, because one of the reasons why we have this is to encourage everyone here to create your own wallet, create your own Ethereum wallet, instead of holding your cryptocurrency in a centralized exchange. Because if you hold it in a custodian, you don't have control to your assets. So one day, if the exchange, touch wood, gets hacked, you cannot retrieve your fund. So when you hold your own crypto in your own Ethereum wallet, it means that you can access your funds 24 hours. You can transfer peer-to-peer to anyone if you would like. So let's say you feel generous. If you're the winner, you want to give it to someone else. Feel free to do so, because all you need to do is send this transaction over to another person, and by getting their wallet address. All right, so let me just quickly show the list and what we will do. So this is some of you here who actually input your name and your Ethereum wallet address. And for those of you that help to refer some of your friends, we also give you a double chance. So to take note for future session, you can edit your registration link. You click edit, you include the Telegram ID of any of your friends that you have referred, so that in the future, right, you will get more chance. Like for example, Sing Hui, he referred friends, so we gave him 2 chance. All right, so what I will do is I will copy paste everyone's name here. I will copy paste this into the name picker. So basically we will just copy paste everything here. And if you see your name on the screen, it means that you are the winner, okay? And what we need you to do is please comment in the group chat. Oh, sorry, not comment. Please unmute yourself and just let us know you are here. All right, so we will give a time limit of maybe 10 seconds. So if we don't hear back from you in 10 seconds, we are assuming that you are not here, and we will draw another winner. So today we have a special session. So instead of having 1 lucky winner, we have 2. So one of you will walk away with $20 USD worth of Ethereum, and the other one of you will walk away with 20 USD of sushi sponsored by Dennis, who is a big sushi fan. Okay, so let me just pick the winners now. So the names are here, and then we will pick a random name. So if you're here, please unmute yourself and let us know you're here. All right, Dave Tew, are you here? If you are here, please unmute yourself. If not, we will draw another name. I did a quick check, so I don't think Dave is here because I don't see his name. And so far, everyone is quite quiet. So let me draw another name. So the next one. Elton Fu. Let me see. Elton, are you here?
Yes, hi, I'm here.
Oh, congrats, Elton. So you are one of our lucky lottery winner. So since you are the first one, would you like Ethereum or sushi? So this is entirely up to you.
Sorry, Dennis, I'm more of an Ethereum fan.
Oh no, so you broke Dennis' heart. All right, so you want Ethereum. All right, so before we transfer, right, and before I PM Dennis for your transaction, because today he will be the one doing the transfer, can you please help to double check your address, your wallet address? So please make sure that this is the right one, because one of the feature of blockchain is that once you do the transaction, it's immutable, it's irrevocable. You cannot reverse, you cannot edit. So we want to make sure we send it to the right address. Okay, so we will take note of this. I will share with Dennis as well. So after we pick the two winner, right, Dennis will demo this transaction on his Metamask. Okay. So Dennis, separately, just to share, I WhatsApp you the winner's address. All right, so now we will pick the next winner. So because Elton chose Ethereum, right, the next one, you will just have sushi. And for those of you who just joined us, do note that sushi, we are not referring to the food. Sushi is a token. All right. So drum roll, Hang Ling, are you here? If you're here, please unmute yourself. Oh, I see Hang Ling name, so you're here. So just to verify, please unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, congrats Hang Ling. So you will be the proud owner of sushi soon. Okay, so now that we have drawn two winners, so congratulations to all the winners. And for those of you that didn't get picked, it's fine because we have monthly sharing. Every month we have one. So just remember to submit your form again. Actually, you don't need to submit. You edit your entry. Every session, you come up with new referral or you help to vote in our topic so that we know that your form is updated. And then we will actually, for each session, we will collate all the names and all the address. So if you already attend one of our session, you don't need to resubmit again, but you can edit your entry to include more referral or edit your details. All right, so Dennis, are you ready to do the transfer? If you are, then I will stop sharing.
So they've both winners have got their MetaMask installed.
Some of them, right, because the guide that we gave, it was the MyEther wallet mobile application. So when you send it to them with MetaMask, we can see it on a blockchain explorer, the Ethereum Explorer, that this has been transferred. So they can check it by opening their application, which is on MyEther wallet.
As long as they got a 0x address. Okay, great. I'm going to share my screen right now. Let me do that.
All right, let me stop share.
Okay, our first guy is Elton, is that right?
Yes, hi.
Okay, so this is my wallet. Just some little pocket change in there. I'm going to send... This is your address, right? Ends with 7BD5.
Yes, correct.
I'm going to send you 0.015 Ether. Okay. It's a little bit more than $20, but you know, it's okay. I'm putting up the transaction speed to fast so that you can get it in an instant. Okay, I think you should have received it by now, Elton. Can you take a look?
Yes, I've received it. Thank you.
Okay, great. And the next person, that'll be Hank. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, I'm gonna send you 1.5 sushis. Sushi is it is a dividend yielding token, right? If you knew what to do with it, you could continue to make additional 10% on your sushi just by holding it in your wallet. But it require you to do a little bit more steps with the smart contract. But right now, let's find some sushi for you.
So DeFi is very fun because like a lot of tokens, right? They are named after food, after animals. So we have sushi, we have unicorn, we have pickle, we have Bao Finance. So this space is actually quite absurd. We have all this random cartoonish token, but some of them do indeed have good use cases, and they are quite legitimate. But most of them, they are quite scammy. So do be careful.
Okay, the price of sushi today is about $16. I'm just going to send you 1.5. And the gas is really costly, but we're going to do that anyway.
Okay.
So sometime around, let's say, sometime around third quarter of last year, sushi was trading at 40 cents. Today it's trading at $16. Okay, so that's a really, really large multiple that is grown by. And you should have received your sushi by now, have you?
Yes, I did. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Hold on to that. It will grow, probably faster than Ether.
Okay, hopefully. Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. I'm going to stop my share here.
So I want to give another disclaimer because Dennis is a very big sushi fan, so he's very pro sushi. But I want to highlight again, please make sure that if you invest, if you buy sushi, it is after you do your own due diligence, all right? So wonderful. Congrats to those that are the winner for today. For those that are not, don't worry, because every month we have a sharing. So to keep track of all this, right, please join us on Telegram because we will update there as well. We will update any new thing, new causes, and whatever, we will update it on a Telegram chat because that will be our main form of communications channel. So now we are reaching the end and we have some time for QA before we do walkthrough for MetaMask for those of you interested and want to stay back. So if you have any questions on DeFi, feel free to unmute yourself to ask now, or you can type out the questions in the group chat as well.
I think Siu Chen had her question just now.
Hi, this is Mark. Can you hear me?
Hi, Mark. Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah, hi, Dennis. Just a quick one. I saw that is it all MEW wallet can receive all coin based on ETH, is it?
Yeah. As long as you got a 0x address, you can receive Ethereum tokens. Okay, so whether it's ERC20, ERC1155, you can receive all of those.
Okay. And what you have actually shown earlier is actually the desktop application for the MEW.
No, that's MetaMask. The one that I'm using is
MetaMask.
It's a different wallet provider, but they all are compatible in this ecosystem for Ethereum.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just going to fire a few questions. The other one is, I know we're talking about transferring, from the exchange to the, whether if it's a cold wallet or whatever, right? Then you can do the peer-to-peer and for basically you own it, right? But if you kind of like buying it to hold and you want to actually sell it to trade, then is that still advisable? Because if you own it, then how that mechanism work if you're going to trade it, right? Because if you transfer, there's going to be a fee again.
Junhan, you want to take this?
Sorry, I didn't catch the question because I was
so basically,
typing.
I know. Okay, I repeat. It's okay.
All right.
I know there's a practice like safer to actually transfer out your purchases of the coin, the crypto, from the exchange to your core wallet, right? Let's say if you have certain value, that is kind of like for safety or security reason, right? But if a person that is actually buying crypto to hold for a period and at the end stage probably also will liquidate it or will sell it. So if that's actually the intention, is it still make sense to actually transfer it out?
So very good question and very good point, Mark. So I would suggest, right, what I recommend is that if you are looking to day trade or you are looking to liquidate quickly, like maybe in the next week, depending on the price appreciation. So you are not really looking to hold long term and you don't hold a lot of the crypto. It makes more sense to just keep your cryptocurrency in the exchange. All right, so when it will make sense when you put it in your core wallet is, for example, let's say I receive my salary bonus for the year, 20,000, for example, and I want to invest in Bitcoin and I'm planning to hold it for 5 years. So in this case, because 20,000 worth of Bitcoin is quite a lot. So if I transfer it to my Bitcoin wallet on Ledger, it makes more sense because it is a huge amount and I want to safeguard it. And I'm planning to keep it for more than a year. I don't want to care about daily price fluctuation. So I would suggest that if you are looking for short-term opportunities, if you are a trader, if you don't plan to hold a token long term, you are in it for price speculation. So feel free to put it in the centralized exchange. But of course, today's topic, we are talking about decentralized finance, which is where all the crypto, you put it on a blockchain, right? So for DeFi protocol, if you want to participate, you need to have your tokens in your own wallet in order to participate. So let's say you are looking to invest in DeFi. So this makes more sense for you to transfer your tokens into your own wallet as well. But if you're not looking to play some DeFi protocol, if you're not looking to do much except for price speculation, it will make more sense for you to keep your crypto in the wallet, in the custodian wallet, because one good thing about custodian wallet is that you can do trades easily. And for each transaction you make, right, the fees are not so much. But for transaction you make on a blockchain, although it is more secure because you hold your own fund, each transaction on the blockchain right now is quite expensive compared to if you do day trading on exchange. So you need to weigh the pros and cons yourself, depending on your holding. Are you looking to hold long term, or are you looking to liquidate them fast for fast profit? If so, feel free to leave it in a centralized exchange.
Okay, thanks for explaining that. I think there's two part of it. Like probably like ETH or anything on DeFi, like you mentioned, you probably have to move it out, right? Because of that reason. Okay, that actually, maybe trading and a long-term hold kind of consideration, whether you want to take it offline to a core wallet or versus putting it at the exchange.
Yes, but personally, just to share, like after I use DeFi, right, I find it very fun. So I start to use more DeFi and I become more of a DeFi proponent, although DeFi cost is super expensive. Yeah, so it really depends on you. And I think it will be good to try out DeFi just to test out the system. Because most of us, right, after we try DeFi, then we see really the utility of it and the potential in it as well. Yep.
Okay. All right. Got it.
So thank you, Mark, for the question. Very interesting points that you raised.
Yeah. So, okay, sorry to hijack. If you have an ETH, like for myself, I have ETH at the custodian with a certain value of a concern that I want to take it out. I mean, unless again, the consideration is for the long term. I don't plan to do any P2P or whatsoever. So that's probably one of the consideration if you want to move it to a core wallet, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, got it. Thanks. I give back the airtime to the rest.
All right. So maybe Dennis, you want to pick any questions to answer in the group chat as well?
Okay, there's one question here from Firdaus. He says, can you lend liquidity from a hardware wallet? Yes, you can. For some platforms, you will be able to connect onto their website, and you could probably connect with your Trezor or your Ledger. So that's possible, but it depends on the platform. Not every platform does that. Second question, are established brands like Uniswap still susceptible to rug pulls? Uniswap, think of it more like an infrastructure nowadays. The rug pulls can still happen if you have an unscrupulous or dishonest team who creates a shitcoin and they want a rug pull. They can because of the infrastructure of Uniswap. But Uniswap itself is not the rug puller, right? They are the tool provider. What you want to do with it, if you want to rug people, that can happen. Okay. We have another question that says, if we hold in our wallet, can we still stake or earn interest? You would have to hold an interest-bearing version of that token in your wallet in order to earn an interest. But for that to happen, before that, you got to put it into a smart contract in order to convert your, let's say, your Ethereum into an interest-bearing version of Ethereum. Right? From then, you can still continue holding your wallet. Anderson has asked another question. I'm using Luno in Malaysia, and there's only a few crypto such as Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and whatever. Means you can't receive Sushi token? Yes. Those centralized wallet providers will not be configured to accept other cryptocurrencies outside of this 4 that they have on their menu. Okay, in that case, you will need to go get yourself a Metamask or an exchange like Binance.com that will allow you to hold all these different cryptocurrencies. Pei asked a question, what are some of the determining factors when evaluating whether a coin is worth investing in or not? I think a lot of this times when you're talking about investing, you have to understand what is the addressable size of the market whose problem you're trying to solve, right? So for example, synthetics. Synthetics is a derivatives platform, and derivatives are a huge market in the world, right? It's larger than the stock market, larger than the property market. It's a super huge market in the world. And because of that, synthetics has a very gigantic addressable market, which is why people feel synthetics can grow another, their investment thesis is that synthetics can still grow in price another 100x from here. Right? So you got to take a look at what the addressable problem is. If it's a very niche product, not a lot of use case, then you might not see the growth rate as high. It might not have that kind of investment potential. All right.
So I see a lot of good questions, like any good sites to check and track DeFi yields. There are indeed some. Later I will share in our Telegram group as well. All right. So, and Shuzhen also asked, I only have Binance, SG, and BlockFi. Do I need to open an account in MetaMask in order to expose to Sushi? No, you don't need, because although this Sushi token is created with the DeFi protocol, the Sushiswap, they also list this token on centralized exchange, because if not, right, the centralized exchange has no business. Everyone go to DeFi. So now centralized exchange, they also list DeFi token. So if you're just looking to hold Sushi for potential price speculation, you can actually buy them on Binance, because Sushi is one of the token listed on Binance. Yeah. So you don't necessarily need to have your own wallet to hold Sushi. It's just that if you want to use their protocol, because it's DeFi, you need to deposit your Sushi into your own wallet. But if you're planning to just hold for the price, feel free to trade and get Sushi from Binance itself. All right. And Asher, you give a very good point as well. Sushi is a token, but it isn't a cryptocurrency. So sorry about that. We use the terms interchangeability. Interchangeably. So when we are talking about tokens, we are talking about cryptocurrency. So there are different names for cryptocurrency. Sometimes we call it token, cryptocurrency. So you just need to know that for the purpose of this sharing, we are referring to the same thing. So there is no difference.
Melvin, a good place to check DeFi yields would be CoinGecko, coingecko.com. There's actually a special tab just for farms where you can check all the percentage yields. In fact, actually, just let me just put it on for you so that you can see it. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, this is CoinGecko, Melvin. You can actually see DeFi and all the different farms that are available for yields. Zeppify is also a good one. I'm just going to show you Zeppify. Zeppify is a place, oops, sorry, I shouldn't be doing that. That's pretty bad. Zeppify is a place where you can take a look at all the different yields that are available. Okay. All right, so you can see all the 30%, all of that.
think Richard also raised a very good question. So just to get my understanding of DeFi correctly, where do the returns from all the yield farming from all the DeFi come from? Is it from staking? And would it be possible for developers to create a decentralized application, a smart contract, with a possible fallback function to call and execute to claim all the tokens in, say, the smart contract? For example, a daylight robbery. So very good question by Richard. So let us just address it one by one. So where do the returns from DeFi come from? It depends on what you are talking about, because, for example, for a decentralized exchange, they want to incentivize people to supply token into their liquidity pool. So if you are a liquidity provider, when you supply token, you become a liquidity pool provider. With that, they give you incentive in the form of a portion of the transaction fee that they receive from the trade in the DeFi pair. And also, other than that, they give you yield in the form of tokens. So most DeFi protocol, they always have their own token. So they incentivize by giving away their own token to those that become liquidity provider in their protocol. So this yield then come from two parts. One is the trading fee that the protocol gets. Because now we have no middleman, right? There is no, I would say, market maker. So the supplier become the market maker themselves. So with that, you get to earn the trading fee. You also get to earn from the project tokens that they give out as part of the incentive to attract liquidity provider. So this is an example of how you earn yield from DeFi. Another one is related to the protocol itself. So some of the decentralized finance blockchain protocol, they run on this thing called proof of stake. So proof of stake, right, is a way whereby they validate transactions, is a way for them to upkeep the ecosystem. So in the proof of stake consensus mechanism, the holders, what they can do is they stake tokens, meaning that whatever they own, right, they put it in the protocol, they stake it in a blockchain. And with this staking, the protocol will reward them with token for helping to upkeep the network. So depending on what you are talking about, there are different ways where you can earn yield. So you can earn yield by participating as a liquidity provider. You can earn yield by staking in a blockchain protocol. So for example, for Ethereum, it is slowly migrating to proof of stake. So let's say you have 32 Ethereum, which is the minimum amount to stake Ethereum in the Ethereum network. If you stake it, you can slowly earn yield, meaning that every day they give you a bit of Ethereum just by the fact that you are providing Ethereum into the protocol for staking. But of course, here I also want to share, for centralized exchange, right, sometimes they say, wow, they give a lot of yield. And sometimes they say you can do staking, but some of them, it is not real staking. They just call it staking, but they are giving away tokens to incentivize people to join the exchange. So not all staking on exchange refer to the real blockchain protocol staking. Some it is a marketing term. All right, so any other questions? Feel free to unmute yourself to ask. If not, we will end the session shortly. And then for those of you who want to stay back, we will do a quick introduction on what is Metamask and how you can link your Ledger wallet, how you can create your own Metamask wallet so that you can start your DeFi journey. So Asher has a question for Dennis.
I think Asher, the reason why I like sushi so much, and again, this is not something that you should base your own investment decision off. The returns are high, yes, James. At one point in time, returns were amped up to about 2,000-3,000% in terms of bonus. After that, sushi, because it returns a lot of its revenue to token holders. So it's kind of like buying a dividend stock, and you get an income just for holding onto the coin. The project Sushiswap also has a very understandable business model that they are challenging incumbent for. So I think that for those reasons, it's something that I invest a lot in. I think, Melvin, just one last question before we wrap it up. Higher yields have higher risk of impermanent loss. Well, it's not because of that. The cause and effect is not really that way. It is more like because you have to take on this risk, you are now compensated with something. And in this case, your yields will be your compensation for taking on that risk. Okay. And I think one thing about all these liquidity pools, you have to sit in the pool longer. The longer you sit in there, it tends to work itself out over time, especially if you're buying two coins that are generally quite reputable. It will work itself out over time. If you're buying a shit coin paired with a good coin, then you will suffer a lot of impermanent loss. But just be responsible. And for the reason, again, Asher, the reason why I like Sushiswap is because the menu is curated. So the developers have already curated the items on the menu, and they are generally quite reputable. So it streamlines your selection process because they already did the selection work for you to give you the most reputable cryptocurrencies to trade. Okay. All right. I think we should wrap up this part of the session. Yunhan.
Sure. So thank you everyone for all the questions. So understand that because today it is a 1 hour sharing, so we are not able to cover everything. So what you can do if you have more questions, feel free to join us on Telegram, because on our Telegram group, not only just us, we have a very good community like Mark. We have a lot of people there, Brendan, and they are quite knowledgeable on crypto, so they will help to share as well. So do feel free to ask questions there. Do feel free to share as well, because ultimately our goal is to create firstly, a Singapore community where anyone here, you can share about crypto, you can share your knowledge. But of course, we are not going to share any investment. We are not going to recommend you to buy any token, because this is your own decision. All right, so we are more trying to share more about this industry, share more about opportunities in this space. So if you are not interested to learn about Metamask, if you are not interested to learn how you can transact on Metamask, you can feel free to leave already. So what we will do after this is we will go through a walkthrough on how you can create an account on Metamask. If you already have a ledger, how you can connect it to Metamask and why you should use Metamask. So for those of you that are not keen to learn about this, thank you so much for joining us today. And we look forward to seeing you for our next session, because we will hold this as a monthly sharing. So do feel free to keep up with us, join our Telegram group, join our social media to keep track of all the different updates. So for today's slide and recording, right, later on I will upload it into YouTube. I will also share the slides on our Telegram group for those interested, because now I haven't have the time to download the slides yet, so I can't share it right now, but I will do it after the session. All right. So for all of you that are still here, let us quickly share about MetaMask. What is it? How you can use it? All right, so please give me a second. All right, so this is my current desktop, my desktop browser. If you look at the right-hand corner, you see this fox-looking thing, right? So this foxy thing, right, is MetaMask. So basically, MetaMask, what it aims to do is, it aims to connect you, as in you can use it to connect your Ethereum account, and with that, you can easily interact with Ethereum-based decentralized application online. So what we mean is that a lot of the Ethereum-based projects, they all have different utility online. For example, some you use it to play game, some you use it to swap token. So in order to interact efficiently and quickly with all this protocol, right, you need something, right? You need something to help you to do all the random transfer, to contribute to the yield farm, to add liquidity. So one way you can quickly do so without needing to go to my Ether wallet, without needing to go to your whatever wallet you hold, like Binance, like Huobi. So in order to do so, you can download MetaMask. Okay, so how you download MetaMask is you can Google MetaMask in your browser. You make sure the one you click on, right, is the one shown in this right-hand corner. So you click on metamask.com.io. So here I want to highlight again, there's a lot of scammers. So one trick they do, right, is they have advertisement about MetaMask. So this advertisement will appear in the top corner. And some people may click on it. They download a fake MetaMask. So please double check the URL before you click on it. So when you click on MetaMask, right, you will come to this website. So this is a website where you can download the extension. So when you download it, you can see it here. So you can click download now to download MetaMask. Depending on what you are using, if you are using Brave browser, you can download it. If you are using your phone, you can even download MetaMask for your phone. Okay, and all these are the supported browser. So assuming I'm a new user, this is my first time. Okay, so what they will ask you to do is to create your account. So maybe I name it testing. You can create your account directly on MetaMask. You name it something you like, and then you can create it. So with this, they quickly help me to create a wallet already based on the Ethereum protocol. So there is no limit to the amount of wallet that you want to create, because by right, you can create whichever many wallets you want. So I can say this is my wallet 4. But of course, if you are first starting out, they will give you a seed phrase when you download MetaMask. The seed phrase is needed because let's say you want to recover all your accounts on MetaMask, meaning all this account 1, testing, wallet 4. You need a way to recover it, right? So they will give you a 12-word seed phrase. You need to write it down on paper. So do note that please do not take photo of your seed phrase. Please do not copy and paste on your laptop. Best practice is to write it down, because if you put it anywhere in your computer, right, there may be malicious player, there may be hackers that hack into your account, get your seed phrase, and with that, they can recover all your accounts you create on MetaMask. So remember, the first step when you create an entirely new wallet, they will ask you for a password for you to log into MetaMask. After that, they will tell you to record the seed phrase. So remember, write down the seed phrase on paper and don't show it to anyone. Because with this seed phrase, if you change your computer, if you re-download MetaMask, you can retrieve all your account here. All right, so if you create an account on MetaMask, right, these accounts, MetaMask help you to create. So technically you own the key as well, but you don't store it in a ledger. So when you store it in a ledger, right, it is, I would say, safer because the private key never leaves the ledger. So whatever you store here, in order to transfer money, transfer crypto, you need to approve in order to send it. But for MetaMask, there is still a risk because if you create a wallet on MetaMask, in your computer somewhere, this private key that MetaMask help you to create is stored in an encrypted file. So there may be some instance where someone may access your computer and be able to restore your MetaMask account, be able to use your MetaMask account. Okay, so this is an example of how you can create your MetaMask if you don't have a ledger. You just go to MetaMask, you key in a password, note down your seed phrase, and then you can start creating accounts. So all these are already your account on MetaMask. So let me give another scenario. Let's say you bought a ledger. Now you want to interact with decentralized application on the web. What you can do is you can connect your ledger to your MetaMask account. So in this case, even if your MetaMask account gets compromised, still nobody can access your funds because ultimately to confirm transactions with your ledger, you still need to manually click approve on your ledger. All right, so this step is for those of you that bought a ledger and you want to connect it to MetaMask. How you can do so is you click on this right-hand corner button. Instead of create account, you click connect hardware wallet. All right, so if you connect hardware wallet, this wallet address will be linked to your MetaMask. But whenever you want to do a transaction, you need to approve it with your ledger. All right, so for example, I'm connecting with my ledger, and then it will try to read, oh, what's happening? Let's see. So they will like scan for your ledger when you approve it. And then After that, you can see your wallet address. All right, so assuming I connect already, because I already have one of my Ledger wallet connected. Okay, so assuming I connected already, you can see in my MetaMask. So this is my Ledger account. And every time I transfer with my Ledger account, the difference between the other regular wallet I create is that I need to approve transaction on my Ledger. So this is I would say like a double cover, double security. So you are highly encouraged to buy a Ledger or a Trezor, which is another hardware wallet if you really want good security. All right, so assuming now I have an account. Now I want to do a swap on a decentralized exchange. So next step after creating an account, what I can do is, of course, first step, I need to transfer crypto into your MetaMask wallet. So for example, in this account, I can view it on Etherscan, which is a blockchain explorer for Ethereum. All right, so in this account, I can see that I have $32 worth of Ethereum, which I deposited previously. So with this, I know that my account has $32 worth of Ethereum that I can potentially do a swap, because this is my wallet address. And MetaMask here, right, just to highlight, they are not really like a wallet per se. It is like a browser. It's an explorer where you can interact with your wallet. All right, because ultimately you still hold a public and a private key. So for example, I go to Uniswap. I want to swap a token. So let me just do a live swap, because since I have a small amount here, it's fine, just as a demonstration. So when you go to Uniswap, you can see it is a decentralized trading protocol. You can click on Use Uniswap. So this is the Uniswap interface, the simplified interface where you can easily swap. So I connected with the wrong wallet, so let me just change it. All right, so now I changed to the right wallet already, because one thing to note is that for your MetaMask account, right, you don't only can have one wallet. If you want, you can connect your Ledger wallet, you can create MetaMask wallet like what I'm doing now. I have a Ledger, but I'm using a MetaMask wallet just for a demo. All right, so with this, let's say now I have 0.02 Ethereum, which I also see in the Blockchain Explorer. So it's very accurate, because MetaMask is more of like a reader. It reads out what you have in your current blockchain wallet. So in this case, let's say I want to swap it for sushi. So what I can do is I can search sushi. Hey, where is sushi?
I think you need to add the contract address for this one.
All right, so I think it should be CMC DeFi, right? So you need to add the contract, because different token have different contracts. So since we are in this, right, let me just quickly share how you can find a token contract as well. So one way you can verify and find the correct token contract is through CoinGecko. In this case, I want to know what is sushi contract, like what Dennis said, right? So I search sushi. I click on sushi. What I can do is CoinGecko has kindly like put all the contracts of the different token right on their website. So when you want to check, go to their website to check that the contract is correct, because sometimes for the other not so well-known tokens that is not supported in a decentralized exchange, when you key in a contract, right, it may be a malicious one, meaning that someone randomly create another token. They name it sushi as well. So that could potentially happen. So you copy this contract, and then you can even open your MetaMask to add it as a token in your MetaMask. Because sometimes when you see a MetaMask, there is no other token. So you can click add token. You can click custom token. This is where you paste the contract of the token. And then you see, they actually already know that it's sushi, so you can add it to your wallet. So you add token. So after you add token, right, then you will see this token tagged in your MetaMask, because there are so many Ethereum-based token using the ERC20 protocol. Sometimes they don't show it. You need to trigger them to show it. And how you trigger them to show it is to add it yourself. And how you add it yourself is by knowing the contract address of the token. Because essentially, when we call it a token, right, they are essentially smart contract. So all tokens are one form of smart contract, I think. So I may be wrong. So this is my knowledge. So please help to correct me if I'm wrong. All right. So let's say on Uniswap now, I want to swap Ethereum for Sushi. I can either use their Nifty tool, which is that all these different index, all these different websites, they actually have all the list of contracts already. So other than that, right, what I can do is I paste the contract address here. So you see when I paste it, Sushi automatically comes up. All right, so with this, now that it's added, I can quickly do the transaction. Why can't I select Sushi? That's so weird. Yes, but by right, I'm supposed to be able to select Sushi because it already appeared. But in this case, since it doesn't appear, let me just randomly select one token. So let's say I want to convert it to 1 inch, which is another DeFi protocol token. It's like Uniswap competitor. So let's say, right, today I want to convert 0.05 Ethereum into 1 inch. So they will automatically estimate how many 1 inch I will receive. So with this, right, if I'm fine with it, I'm fine with the current price, I can click on swap. So when I click on swap, they will give me more detail. I will receive at least 1.649 1 inch in return for Ethereum. They will share the current price, they will share the potential price impact and the liquidity provider fee. So this is where each transaction on a decentralized exchange, as a liquidity provider, you earn a fee, which will be shared across all liquidity provider in the pool. So I can click confirm swap. So when I click confirm swap, Metamask, our friendly helper, will pop up with this alert asking me if I really want to approve this transaction and do the swap. So they'll pop up this, and then you see, because now the fee for gas is so expensive, I can't even do it because my account don't have enough Ethereum. So this will happen. So there is also this option for you to edit the gas fee. So you can click edit. And they give out some recommendation. And as you can see right now, the DeFi network is very, very congested. So much that to transfer something, to swap something, you may need to pay up to $81 worth of Ethereum just even for a slow swap, which is why we say that if you want to use DeFi for swapping, you should try to swap a bigger amount so to make it more worth it. If you are really just looking to invest $100, it is better for you to stick to a centralized exchange for now. Okay, so this is where you can customize your gas, customize your transaction fee. If you choose fast, it will be confirmed faster. You will receive your funds faster. If you choose slow, you pay fewer fee, lesser fee, but you will receive your funds slower. All right, so depending on what you put. So let's say I put slow. I don't have enough money. So just an example. Okay, so assuming that I have sufficient fund, when I click confirm, this transaction will be confirmed and I can track it on Ethereum blockchain. So this is how transactions work. So for example, we go to Etherscan. We can see the current latest transactions. So for example, latest transaction by someone, it is this one. So let's see what they did. So what they did was they transferred 0.0174 Ethereum from this wallet to the other wallet. So when you interact with Metamask, they can help you to confirm and execute a transaction, which you can track it on Etherscan. So any transaction that is confirmed on Ethereum network, you can see it on Etherscan. All right, so basically this is just a walkthrough of how you can use Metamask to connect to decentralized exchange like Uniswap. Unfortunately, in my wallet, I don't have enough token to demonstrate a live transaction. All right, so Dennis, do you want to share Sushiswap, how they can navigate it?
Okay. For those of you who are still around, thanks for sticking around. Let me just get over to Sushiswap and show you guys what is going on. So the one thing you gotta understand is that all these MetaMask wallets, right? They are your passport to any DeFi protocol, whether it's Uniswap, whether it's Sushiswap, whether it's Alpha Finance. All of them require you to have the very basic prerequisite, which is to have a web wallet like your MetaMask. Okay, so I'm going to show you what Sushiswap looks like. This is Sushiswap. In every protocol, you will be able to connect your wallet this way. Okay, so you connect your wallet. You can take a look at your portfolio. I'm sorry that you have to see my portfolio. I hope there's not too many numbers out there. But anyway, on this dashboard, this is Sushiswap. You can see that these are the farms with the highest APY right now. The highest APY means that they are producing the greatest returns. Suiton is because it's the whole ecosystem by itself, right? It's a whole ecosystem. It's a whole universe of financial platforms. And if you were curious, right, you wanted to go take a look at the different farms, just need to click the menu, and all these menus are where you find like really crazy returns. Okay, so you can take a look at all this. Whichever you feel like you want to contribute your liquidity into, you can use your MetaMask to access the smart contracts and deposit your liquidity there. There's some little functions like you need to approve some spending, you need to do the spending, and after that you are fine. Okay, then you can take a look at the sushi bar. The sushi bar is where you will see all your entitlement to yield, right? Your entitlement to earning the revenue cut from the exchange. That is where you can see it in the sushi bar, right? So apart from making the 100% or 90% APY, if you were to then take your sushi and then deposit it here, you make an additional 11% on top of that. So you're making yield on top of yield on top of yield, which is actually quite imbalanced and extremely sick. That's where all the numbers are coming from. Okay, so I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. There are many different platforms, whether it's loans, whether it's savings and interest, whether it's exchanges like that, whether it's leverage, yield farming. There are many different platforms. All you got to do to access them first is to get your MetaMask. Okay.
I think MetaMask is pretty much a prerequisite if you want to really play with DeFi. Playing, I mean, participating in all the protocol. But one thing is that gas fee is very high now. So I would advise that if you are putting in less than 1,000, maybe it's better for you to wait for the network congestions to be low, like not so congested, for the gas fee to go down before you do any transaction. So let me just quickly share as well. There is this nifty tool called F2Gas, which you can use it to check the gas fee. Okay, so you can save this and map this. So Ethereum gas station, this is where you can track what are the current suggested fees. So you can see it's pretty high now. Recommended gas fees in GUI. So GUI is a measuring unit for Ethereum in smaller units. All right. So in GUI, right, it is 280. So if it is triple digit, right, it is not a good time to do your transaction. When you want to do transaction, please wait for it to be double digit at least. So don't transfer if it is more than double digit. So now the gas fee is very high. And then unfortunately, just now, Dennis have to suffer the high gas fee for the lottery, which is a bit like absurd because I think we gave out 20 USD equivalent, but we potentially spend more in gas fee. All right, so this is one key limitation, but as Ethereum moved to proof of stake protocol, when they successfully migrate to Ethereum 2.0. This is where we can see some improvement, especially in the form of gas fee. It will be potentially cheaper. Okay, so for those of you that really want to try, right, what I suggest is that you can try to set up your MetaMask, see what is it about, but you don't deposit first. So you just set it up to have a feel of it. And when you are ready, when the gas price is lower, then you can try it out. So you don't necessarily need to do transfers. You can go and read up more on it. You can set it up first. You can connect your ledger to MetaMask first, just to play around and try it. And maybe the first thing you want to do is you can transfer some of your Ethereum from your centralized exchange to your wallet, to your MetaMask wallet, just for safekeeping, if you are planning to hold it long term. So you don't necessarily have to do transactions. All right, so this one, you can do it when you are more familiar with how it works. All right, so any further question before we end today's session?
Hello, I have one question. Hello?
Sure. Feel free to ask.
You know, sorry, maybe a dumb question also, but you know, we have been loading many of these tokens. Like one of the big token that got hit, crowd token, the one before the plus token got hit. And yes, absolutely. You know, we all would like to try out this new sushi token and other stuff. But you see, sometimes it may run for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. So what is the projection of this? Is this going to be stay for a long time, or is it going to be one of those like after 1 or 2 years you cash it out?
Yes, so thank you, Maya. This is not a stupid question. There are no stupid questions. So thank you for your question. I think it's very good as well, because how do we value tokens and how do we ensure their sustainability? The answer is that we cannot. So whatever you invest, right, you need to understand that cryptocurrency is still a high risk asset. So if your investment appetite is you are more risk adverse, then we wouldn't encourage you to get into cryptocurrency, because the fact is this industry, there are potentially a lot of gains, but also potentially a lot of losses. So with risk come reward. Okay, so potentially high reward, but it also means that you need to be willing to take this risk. So we cannot advise anything, but if you really want to get involved with DeFi, I will personally recommend you to stick with the blue chips. Blue chips meaning those projects that already have established a name for themselves. They are already like well recognized in the industry, instead of buying tokens that are super new, that a completely like unknown team come up with. So whenever you decide to buy a token, please do your due diligence. You go and read up what the protocol offer. Why did they create this token? So if they create it and there is no valid reason, maybe it's really a scam. They just want to get your money and run. So it's important for you to know the unique selling point, value proposition, and also look at their team. If the founding team made out of very, very legitimate people, then you can kind of know that potentially this project is potentially good, but there is never 100%. All right, so cryptocurrency, I would say, is still a very high risk investment. So please only invest what you can afford to lose. Meaning that if you put in 500, you need to be okay that one day this 500 may become $0. All right.
Completely, that's fantastic. That's very nice way of explaining. Thank you very much. Yeah, I just downloaded my MetaMask on my other phone, so I look forward to put some money in, some money make something. If do you have any like a video tutorial we can go through? I mean, like, I was just told in last minute to join the Zoom, so.
Understand. So thank you, Mr. Meyer, for your interest. So all the sharing session, we will eventually upload it on YouTube. So we will share these links when it is uploaded on our Telegram channel. And if you are interested to learn more, you want to dive deeper into a specific topic, please vote for our next topic for next month. So we are planning to have this monthly sharing. So every month we do a sharing like this. But if you are looking for more customized help, you want to do one-to-one consultation, you can let us know and we can customize something for you. But because this one-to-one talk, right, it will be more of a consultancy already. So for this kind of private talk, we will charge a fee. But for all this public sharing, it is free because we really just want to introduce people to blockchain and cryptocurrency. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining us today and for staying so long, because we are supposed to end at 9, but a lot of you stay back. You want to learn more about MetaMask. So any other question, feel free to ask in our Telegram group. Our community will help to answer your questions there. And we hope to see you next month for our next sharing. All right, so thank you so much and see you back in Telegram because we are all there.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. So thanks, Mark, Shilton, Aaron, everyone here, because we have a lot of familiar and regular names. I wouldn't say faces because you don't show your face, so we can't even see you.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, so thank you so much and have a great Chinese New Year, because next week is CNY already. All right, thank you. So I will update you all with the video with the link to the slides in Telegram itself.
Can you give the Telegram link? Can you give the Telegram link on the group? I can add myself.
Sure. So our Telegram group is theblockschool.com. All right. So when you join our Telegram group, you will see all our social link. So feel free to follow us. Feel free to join us. And we will see you next month.
What's it called? Block School. Could
Yes.
you write on the chat group? Can you just write on the chat group?
Yes. So if you see the chat group, I already share it there. So you can copy paste it and you can join it.
Where is it?
You click on the chat button and then you will see the most recent message that I sent.
Someone is asking me to join a group. Yeah. There are a lot of people here. Wow. Okay.
Anyway, I found a YouTube video. I didn't find us link, but I'll speak to Lisa. She may help me with that.
Sure. So thank you, Mr. Meyer, for joining us today, and we will see you in our Telegram group. All right, and hope to see you for our next sharing next month as well.
Yeah, sure. I want to be part of the lottery.
All right, thank you so much, and have a great Thursday and Happy New Year. Sorry, Chinese New Year for those celebrating CNY next week.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Happy Shishi.
All right, so I will end the session now. So thank you so much for joining us today. All right, see you next month. See you on Telegram.